what is the topic?
Why the Parkway Gardens complex should be bought back.
What's the decision quick here? No, he's making it. All right. Audience, are you ready? Zane, are you ready?
Yes, sir.
And proceed.
Chief Keef, Lil Durk, King Von, and Michelle Obama. You look at these four individuals and you see similarities in their fame and their ethnic background. What a lot of people don't know, however, is that they all grew up in the same apartment complex. The Parkway Gardens, aka O Block of Chicago, is a 13-acre, 694-unit, 3-building, and 8-story apartment complex. O Block is known for being very dangerous. O Block has had a lot of shootings, a lot of death, and it's a very scary place. The Parkway Gardens got its name O Block from former O Block member O.D. Paris. O.D. was murdered in 2014 by Kakira Barnes in a shooting. The individuals have a lot of loyalty to O Block. Chief Keef and King Von have both released songs, including King Von's last studio album before his death in 2020 being named Welcome to O Block, and Chief Keef's hit song in 2012 where the chorus states, "I'm OB4L, O Block for life, OB4L, O Block for life." Chief Keef, December 2012. So, back in April of this year, the complex was put up for sale. Lil Durk saw this as an opportunity and stated, "I'll buy it. Don't matter how much it costs." That was in April of 2022. Unfortunately for Lil Durk, the complex was bought by the Wells Fargo company before he could place a bid. So the destruction of the Parkway Gardens is planned to happen in 2023, January. So there's going to be 13 acres of empty lot, and there's opportunity in this and there's downsides in this. The way I see it, I believe it should be bought back so that it can be built into something that's not so scary. I see that King Von and Lil Durk and Chief Keef would want to take this complex, and it wouldn't have to be all 13 acres, just a small portion of acreage in it, maybe a fourth, a fifth, or a sixth, and turn it into a park, something uniting, a memorial with, I see a stage for performing for upcoming rappers that need to get their name out there, and just a new place that Chicago residents can visit. Of course, as all of this sounds really nice and it would be a very uniting thing, there are downsides. The first downside to this is the current residents of the Parkway Gardens complex. With the Parkway Gardens complex being destroyed, these residents are being put out of a place to live. A good thing is they are being relocated. The downside to this is the place that they're being relocated to by the company that bought the complex currently is a little pricier than the Parkway Gardens complex, so some current residents may not be able to afford the new living situation. Chicago is a very impoverished city. We can't really envision this because a lot of us have only seen Minneapolis. And compared to other cities, Minneapolis is really nice. Mr. Tanto, October 2022. After this, an even bigger downside is the financial situation that Chicago's in. With building this memorial and this park, there would be a property tax to this. And a property tax is just something that a lot of Chicago residents can't afford to have. It's already an impoverished city. They can't pay for a lot more than they're already paying for it. Chicago's currently in $98 billion worth of debt. They're paying $2.1 billion off annually. And each taxpayer in Chicago is currently on the verge of paying $135,700 each. This is a lot of money. With the $2.1 billion being paid annually, they are paying it back, but it's going to take a long time to catch up to their $98 billion worth of debt currently, and that number is just going to keep rising. So what do we do now? Well, Chief Keef and Lil Durk have a combined net worth of $10 million. This is enough money that they could pay a portion of the funding for the memorial, because they wouldn't use all 13 acres of it. Like I said, they could take a small portion of it and make it into something nice. 10 million would suffice to that, I would say. The next thing that they could do is funding. The rap community, when they saw that the Parkway Gardens was for sale, it shocked a lot of people. When Lil Durk said he was gonna buy it, many people were happy. They saw that a past member of where he grew up was going to buy the complex, and they said, yeah, you know, they're keeping people safe, it's keeping people in their homes, and so they were excited about this. With an empty lot, the Wells Fargo company isn't sure what they're gonna do. They haven't made a plan of what they're gonna do with the destroyed building yet. So with the funding, they could raise money around the world for people that would like to see this built, people who would potentially visit this. And if they raise more money for that, they could also help build what people were seeing, envisioning for the property. There are a lot of problems in this, I realize. It's gonna be hard to raise the money. It may not work, it's just an idea. But I believe that Lil Durk and Chief Keef and King Von and Michelle Obama would all want this. Obviously, Michelle Obama doesn't mention this a lot. She's never really talked about her being raised on O Block because she doesn't like her past. The other three, however, are rather passionate about it. Chief Keef and Lil Durk are even more now that King Von died on O Block. So, with raising the money and getting past financial situations and finding a place for the residents, this once menacing, scary, and place full of death can be made into something that's full of love, culture, and uniting for the city of Chicago.
I was late, I started clapping for instance. 6:07 roughly.
06:06.
Uh-oh.
Let's go with that.
666.
Oh,
Oh.
I'll revisit that.
Fine. You're gonna ask you a question instead of the end of class, so let's pass it on. I'd be curious to hear from you all, especially since you've been to the respect retreat before. I'd be curious to get suggestions from you all about student leaders and who you think should go along to be student leaders. So if you, at some point over the next week, would like to make a small list on a piece of paper or something like that.
Yeah, receivers.
It's juniors or, yep, juniors or seniors. I'm not saying that'll definitely get your people on your list through. Maybe I'm looking for validation for my own list that I've made. But we can only squeeze in so many people, so, but I'll do what I can. And here's the thing, my perspective of the students is probably different than your perspective. You're in the mix, I'm outside the mix. Maybe I'm missing someone. Yeah, so I'd like to be curious to see who you think should go along. I kind of, when I boiled it down to two traits that I look for respect retreat leaders. One, obviously, respect. They gotta be people that are cool with other people. The other thing that you should, I'm looking for is people that are more outgoing and willing to talk. There are a couple super shy people that are awesome and respectful that I'm like, they wouldn't really work the best because essentially it's gonna be your job to wrangle ninth graders all day. Like I said, I'm automatically signing all four of you up. Got no choice, part of this class. It's a good speech experience. So. Yeah, if you could come up with a few ideas of people that you think would just work, do that. All right, let's get going on Carson. Got return in Zane's.
Carson, what is your topic?
Why farmers should use precision farming technologies.
All right. That buzzing in your ear? Hey, turn it down. Turn it down. I get the knowing I know. I'm standing for an hour. All right, audience, are you ready? Carson, are you ready? Okay. All right, let's just do this video one more time. Audience, are you ready? Yes. Carson, are you ready? And proceed.
Farmers of America should use precision farming technologies to benefit their farms and businesses. First of all, what is precision farming technologies? According to Robertson 2001, is a comprehensive system to optimize agriculture by leveraging crop information. Another explanation for what precision farming technology is the technology can allow the farmer to use less but gain more, meaning he can put less money and time into his farm but get a more big advantage out of it, meaning he can make more money and use his time efficiently and not efficiently. Saying this, the 5 main technologies that are usually used in this technology is auto guidance, section control, variable rate, analytic, and precision irrigation. First of all, what is auto guidance? Auto guidance is your GPS and your tractors. And the two main examples are Green Star is what we use on our farm, and AFS Connect, which is used in Case IH tractors. Auto guidance is very beneficial by allowing the farmer not to steer, which can cause less stress on him, so he can put more hours into the day, meaning he can use his time more efficiently and not stressing when he goes home at night. Section control. Section control can be very beneficial when it comes to planting, spraying, or applying liquid nitrogen or applying anhydrous in the fall. Section control when you're planting is useful because when you're planting on the ends, you don't want to get that overlap because that was just a waste of seed. Because when you come back in the summer, you want to cultivate the ends. That way you can have nice combining in the fall. Because if you don't cultivate the ends in the summer and you don't use section control, because it'll overlap, you'll come back with a combine header that needs to follow the rows and will run over the corn in the middle of the row, which is not beneficial and you'll lose money and it's not good. And section control is also very important when it comes to spraying, because when you're spraying, due to the high prices of chemical lately, you do not want to be wasting that at all. So when you're spraying, the computer will sense that you've already done a headline around the field. So when you come out in the end, the huge 130-foot sprayer boom, each nozzle will shut off when it comes to the end, allowing you not to waste any product. Next is variable rate. Variable rates are used for applying fertilizer into fields, and variable rate uses technology that will sense, if you make a field map, it will sense where more product is needed on the fields, on the spots in the fields that need this more fertilizer, or it'll apply less on the spots that won't need as much. And to use this technology, you use the analytic part of the process. The analytic part senses the whole field and will make you a prescription. And just like when you go to the doctor and you're not feeling good, the prescription will apply what the field will need, like specific amounts of fertilizer that will be needed on that spot. And the next one that you don't typically see in our area is precision irrigation. And precision irrigation is typically used on sandier soils. In Minnesota, they do use irrigation, and that is seen in north of Atwater. As soon as you get out of Atwater, you'll see an irrigation system, and that's due to the sandy soils. But precision irrigation uses technology that allows you not to waste water because it costs money to run those huge generators. And you don't want to be just throwing water on the ground either, because that's just another waste of money and fuel. Saying all this, not every farmer uses this piece of technology or these pieces of technology. Usually adoption rates are higher among larger farms, Fernandez, Dabercal, and McBride, 2001. But because not every farmer uses this, it'll increase, but all the farmers that do use this will increase convenience to the farmer. Dabercal and McBride, 2003. And typically you'll see people not using this technology in smaller farms, typically less than 600 acres, because either it's just not worth it, the money or cost wise, but the other reason would be because they're older farmers and they've been doing it the same ways their whole life and they're stubborn. And according to the USDA ARM survey, the corn conducted in 2010, only 12% of the smallest farms report at least one piece of equipment, which is a pretty low number. And precision technologies have been around since the 90s. They started creating auto guidance in early 90s. So it's been around for a while. And the bigger farms that typically use this need the equipment nowadays, because with all the acres, they could have 20,000 acres, and that is really hard to keep track of. And using these technologies, it allows them to manage their farm better, and they can use the auto guidance, and they can hire people who aren't really familiar with tractors because it's so easy to operate now. And finally, the benefits of all these technologies is, like I said earlier, better use of your money, better use of your seed and fertilizer, which is money. It'll make you a better farm manager and allow your farm to thrive in the future, making you more rich and a better farmer in general.
Thank you. Here.